So I finally got my Galaxy Z Fold 4, and I have to say, I love it so far. I know, it's only been a day, and I'm sure that honeymoon period will wear off, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss the full review of the Galaxy Z Fold 4. But so far, first impressions, I'm impressed. Let's start with the unboxing and let's see what we get inside the box. We have the typical slim Samsung Galaxy box here. This one of course is extra wide because it has the Galaxy Z Fold 4 inside, and because Samsung doesn't ship this phone closed but instead it ships open. Not sure why Samsung ships it that way. I would think that it would protect the phone more by having it closed, and shipping it closed would be better, but I'm sure Samsung has a good reason for it. Inside we get the typical getting started guides and welcome paperwork. I have the AT&T version, so you can see AT&T's paperwork here. You also get a USB Type-C to USB Type-C charging cable, a SIM ejector tool, and that's it. Here is the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Let's remove this plastic film, and we can see that large 7.6-inch inner display there. This is the Phantom Black color, which I absolutely love. Samsung is also selling this phone in a gray-green color, a beige, and a burgundy, which is a Samsung.com exclusive. The back has this matte finish that we're used to, which I really appreciate, and the design of the Fold 4 really hasn't changed all that much when compared to the Fold 3. Really, the major differences here are the smaller bezels for the inner and the outer display. And also the hinge was improved, so the gap when this phone is closed is just smaller. And speaking of hinge, the first thing that came to my mind when I held the Galaxy Z Fold 4 was how durable that hinge actually feels. Samsung does say that the Galaxy Z Fold 4 is 45% more durable compared to the Fold 3, and they also talked about how they improved the hinge this year as well. And when opening this phone, that hinge feels really strong, and the whole phone, it just feels more durable, more premium. It might just be me though, but yeah, this phone just feels more solid. Now my first thoughts on using the Galaxy Z Fold 4. First of all, the outer display is much better. It's slightly wider this year when compared to the Galaxy Z Fold 3's outer display, and I actually think it's perfect this year to get quick tasks done. I read a lot of comments about how the Galaxy Z Fold's outer display is unusable and kind of a waste. And that may have been the case for the previous models, but I think for the Galaxy Z Fold 4, this outer display is a perfect size. It's small enough to use one-handed, and really that's what you want with a folding phone. If you want that bigger display, well, you just open up the phone and there you go. So I know, personally speaking, I would prefer just a smaller display that I can use quickly and get those quick things done. But because that outer screen is not as narrow as before, typing text or really doing anything feels more like using a regular smartphone on the Galaxy Z Fold 4. But now let's get into that inner display, because when you open up this phone and you use that larger display, it's really special. Samsung improved the software to take advantage of that extra real estate, and you have the taskbar there at the bottom, which is great. I actually found myself using the taskbar more than I thought I was, at least in this first day that I've been using the Galaxy Z Fold 4, because it's actually helped me with jumping back and forth into apps. So I found this to actually be a pretty useful feature, at least so far. You still do have the crease there in the middle of the screen, but as I use this phone, I completely forgot about it. So it's something that I noticed at the beginning, but it kind of disappears after a while. And remember that under display selfie camera? Well, I completely forgot it was still there. I had to actually look for it to notice it. It is still noticeable, it doesn't completely disappear, but it's not as noticeable as before, and it's great that you actually have that complete unobstructed display inside, which just looks really nice. Even though, yeah, that under display selfie camera still looks really bad. But more on that in the full review. But I'm absolutely loving that larger inner display. Keep in mind you still have that weird aspect ratio, 21.6 by 18 aspect ratio. Yeah, I know it's weird, but that aspect ratio does work great for multitasking and having multiple apps open, but not so great for watching content. You're still going to have those black bars on the Fold 4's display when viewing content, and I do wish that the Z Fold 4 took full advantage of that larger display, but it doesn't. So just keep that in mind. It's still nice to have that larger display, and I'm happy to have it, but it's just something to remember. And those are just my first thoughts, my first impressions of using the Galaxy Z Fold 4. I'm going to be testing it for the next week or so. I'll be doing a battery test, a camera comparison, and of course a full review and more. So if you don't want to miss those upcoming videos, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.